Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Beach Boss. I'm your host, Michelle Yu. Joining me, as usual, is our Beach Boss. And we have our special guest on already. Usually we kind of keep him hidden, but he put in his contract as much FaceTime as possible. So this week's guest is going to be Ray Collmus as we kick off this Bing Crosby meeting with a Breeders' Cup weekend. Ray, this is going to be a fantastic way to begin to kick your butt.
Hey, I made money last time I was at Del Mar's Breeders' Cup, so I'm kind of excited about it being back here. It was a good Breeders' Cup for me in 2017.
I want everybody to know that you can play against Ray every single day. You go to dmtc.com/contest. You sign up. It's free. You get the same $100 mythical bankroll as Ray does, and you pick your horses in a selected race every day. And at the end, whoever has the most money gets a VIP trip to Del Mar in 2022, including 2 nights hotel, as well as a travel stipend. So if you're over on the East Coast and you're thinking, ooh, it's chilly and I really want to come out to the West, this is going to be your time. So plenty of time to get down and get into that. But for this week, Ray Collmus, welcome so much to the show. Thank you for offering to take on Ray.
Hey, it's great to be here, and always great to battle Ray, especially when I win, which happens occasionally. But I think he's got me more times than I've got him. But we'll see what happens. I got some opinions. Let's go. It's Breeders' Cup, man.
So normally what we do is we give everybody $100 in one race, but because it's Breeders' Cup, we want it to be extra special. So we're going to give you guys 2 races, and to make it even more fun, it's going to be 1 dirt and 1 turf. So let's go straight to our very first race. It will be race 9 on Saturday. It is the Grade 1 FanDuel Breeders' Cup Mile presented by the PDJF on the grass, obviously, for this one. And do note there is going to be a scratch in here of Hit the Road. Trainer Dan Blacker did announce this morning that the colt sprung a fever, so he will not be going. There hasn't been an official Breeders' Cup released scratch yet, but I'm sure that's coming very soon. So if either of you guys picked Hit the Road, you're going to have to kind of revamp on the fly. And Ray, age before beauty, I'm going to let you go first, my friend here.
Oh, how nice of you.
I love you, Ray.
I was so sorry to hear the news about Hit the Road. I didn't pick the horse, but I know some of the owners, and I know how much they were looking forward to running. Dan is a terrific guy and a good trainer, so I was really sorry for the untimely fever that the horse got. There's a horse, and I think the California milers have been good between Mo Forza, Hit the Road, and Smooth Like Straight. Although Smooth Like Straight has traveled a little bit, and I was never really sold on Mo Forza. I just thought, he just keeps beating, just barely winning and all that. But this last year, he really convinced me that he is legit. And, he just one of those horses that knows where the wire is. Nobody rides this turf course better than Flavien Prat. And I just think this is a tough race. You've got horses from all over the world. But I think the Californians are strong. And I'm going all in, $100 to win on Mo Forza. It's going to be a crowded field. He comes from out of it, but Flavien always seems to find a path to victory with this horse.
I'm going to give you 2 positives. I actually love your wager today. I'm not going to hate on you for it. I think that you're being very bold, taking a stand on a good horse. You talk about, a lot of the Europeans that come in, but the U.S.-based horses have actually won this race 7 of the last 10 years. So the Breeders' Cup Mile is one of the turf races we fare very well in. And you mentioned the fact that Mo Forza just seems to get up on the wire. I actually spoke to Flavien about that, and I asked him, is he a little bit lazier? Does he not like his job as much? And he said he's just smarter, and he knows he does not have to be as shiny, is exactly the term that he used. He said that he doesn't have to be brilliant like he used to be. He's just getting the job done as easily as he can. So Mo Forza just getting a little bit smarter at age 5 here, and he brings in 4 consecutive victories dating back to August of 2020 into the FanDuel Breeders' Cup Mile. So I like your pick today, Ray. We should write this down. It never happens.
You were nice to me one other time. It's been a while.
Well, I think you're due. You're due for me to be nice to you. Okay. I'm in a good mood today, so I'm going to be nice. Well, Larry, what say you? I think you were on Hit the Road.
I was on Hit the Road. That's where I was going to be going, but what are you going to do? I'd take his index card and throw it in the trash like all these other breeders got horses that scratched. So then you just move on and say, now who's next? So I'm going to take a shot at a price. I'm going to go for Raging Bull.
Okay.
For trainer Chad Brown.
We've heard of him.
Bull is absolutely at his best when the pace is hot. And I think that the other half of the Chad Brown duo, Blowout, is going to make sure of that. Go out there winging, set as fast a pace as possible, setting up the race for Raging Bull. And note, the only time Raging Bull has ever run at Del Mar, he won the Hollywood Derby here in the fall meet. So he does like the course, at least he did a few years ago. I think the pace will be honest for him. I think if he can get through and get a good trip, he's 15-1. So I'm betting 50 to win in place.
I like it. Both you guys taking good, bold stance. I think overall, top to bottom, this race is super interesting, and you can make a case for a lot of good runners. Space Blue is going to be your probable favorite as he'll try and stretch out. I can't believe everyone doesn't like the Rodney Dangerfield of horses, though, even a little bit. Smooth Like Straight, no one wants to give like the $2 show bet on him.
He's got a shot. I mean, you can't dislike Smooth Like Straight. He brings his game every time, and he and Mo Forza and Hit the Road, they all seem to like each other because they all finish together all the time.
And drawing the two posts, Smooth Like Straight is really going to get a good position early, I think.
Yeah.
And
hopefully it's not right on Blowout, because I think Blowout's just going to go, and he needs to stalk Blowout, right?
I think Blowout's going to roll. Yeah, I think that's the game plan with Blowout, to just get out there and go as fast and as far as you can and set it up for Raging Bull. That's my guess.
To me, this turf course, the ideal position is just sitting on the rail in second or third.
Got to save ground.
Yeah, it's hard to win against good horses if you don't save ground.
Yeah, the stretch is so short here.
Yeah,
there's not much opportunity to make up all that ground in the stretch. You got to start moving on the turn, and you don't want to be wide doing that.
And that's why I went against Space Blues, because that finish that horse put in at Longchamp was amazing, but it took him a while to get going. Yeah, so
we'll see.
All right. Well, you guys have your wagers in there for the first of our 2 Beach Boss races this week. Let's go ahead to race number 12. Going to be the Grade 1 Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, 1.25 miles for colts and geldings, all boys lining up here this year. And Ray, I'm going to let you go first yet again. Who is going to be your pick, or are you going to spread? I feel like you could spread or single. Like, I don't think you're going to have like 2 or 3 horses. It's going to be like 5 horses or 1 for you.
So this summer, when the Pacific Classic was run, I went back and I looked at 1.25 mile races on the main track here, and the race is won not in the stretch, but going into the far turn. And I think I picked Express Train in the Pacific Classic, and he didn't run a step.
You know who I picked?
Tripoli, I believe, right?
Tripoli.
Show off.
So I think obviously there's a lot of speed in here with Nick's Go and Medina Spirit and Art Collector. I can't believe that both Johnny Velasquez and Nick's Go are gonna just go out in 109 and change or whatever, and at each other's throat. I think Johnny's gonna take back a little bit, but I think Tripoli's gonna get the trip on the inside. I think he's gonna be close enough as the speed unfolds, and he's gonna make the move. Arad is gonna make the move going into the turn, and this is a horse that wanted 1.25 miles over this track, so I'm sticking with him. 40 to win and place. He's a big number. 40 to win and place, and 20 to show on one horse.
Okay. All on one horse, going with Tripoli, your Pacific Classic winner here. I will say, I didn't get to see his work that was most recent because it was in the pitch black. So we are only trusting the watch of Juan Leyva there. His work before that was okay. His work prior to that was not good at all. I did not like it. It made me completely want to draw a line through it. Lucky since then he's kind of gotten back on course in the morning, it sounds like. But that work really turned me off of him for a little bit.
John Sadler said that he was a little too easy on him going into the Awesome again, and maybe he came out of that race with the first work back was not good for that reason.
Okay, good. That's a good note to have. All right, Larry, what say you? Who are you going for in the Pacific Classic? Give it to us in a race call.
No, I have to save my voice. I would love to do that, but It's just
Right.
too much. You know, there's so many Breeders' Cup races I got to call. So, well, we'll put it this way. Nah, I can't do the race call. Anyway, I think that if Essential Quality had won the Kentucky Derby, which with a better trip he would have, we'd all be only talking about him. 8 for 9, he would be undefeated. He has done every possible thing right. He just keeps running his race. It's a 1.25 miles. We know he can do that. He's training like great. Every time I see him, it's like, oh my God, this horse looks unbelievable. I don't see him getting beat in this race. I really think that he is an absolute standout, 100 to win on Essential Quality.
How wide
I
is
am
he
a
going to
little
be going
surprised
into the
that
turn,
Nick's
do you think?
Go gets like more attention than Essential Quality.
I think Essential Quality is better than him. That's why. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Nick's Go is going to get 1.25 miles. He could. I mean, the track has been playing well for speed horses, but I just think Essential Quality is a very, very special horse. My heart kind of rooting for Hot Rod Charlie. I'm a big Hot Rod Charlie fan, big fan of the ownership group there, but I got to bet with the brain, and the brain says Essential Quality.
Ray, what do you think about Larry's pick there, 100 to win on EQ?
Well, he's right. He's a really good horse, but every race he has to kind of run the same way, which is sit off the speed, go wide into the stretch,
Grind.
And I just don't see that as the right trip to win this race. I have nothing against the horse at all. He's a really terrific horse, but when you look at the way speed has been kind of playing here, I don't think you can make a 5 wide move into the stretch and win it.
Well, maybe
there's
another way.
Yeah, you think he'll find a new dimension today?
I don't think he's going to go to the lead or anything, but maybe Silas will have to go 5 miles. He's definitely not going to go to the lead. No, don't change that. I don't want to see him on the lead. Like, wait a minute, that's the wrong gray out there. That's not Nick.
I would, you got to be careful now, right? With the 2 grays, you have to be careful which one you're calling.
Yeah, dude.
All right, both of our guys have very strong opinions here in the Classic. Larry, before we let you jump off, I just want to hear about your thoughts in general about being back at Del Mar, getting to call the meet over here, and of course, would love to look back at your thoughts from Breeders' Cup 2017.
Well, 2017, I was calling the races outside next to Trevor Denman's booth in this thing that they constructed, and it was kind of cool, and I enjoyed the whole day. And of course, the highlight was Gunrunner, who just blew him away in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And I remember Gunrunner's on top of the world. That was the last words I said at the end of the Classic. But now this year, I'll be in the main announcer's booth because unfortunately, Trevor Denman, if you hadn't heard, had a bit of a fall and injured himself, and he's going to be away for this fall meet. So I'm pinch hitting once again for him, and it'll be fun to. It'll be the first Breeders' Cup that I've called for the house, on track crowd, and so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And I think it's going to be 2 great days of racing, and just got to try to have fun and make the most of it.
Larry, does it make a difference just in like reaction or anything else if you're calling just for TV or for the crowd? Does it make you feel different?
I think maybe a little bit because you can hear yourself out there on the speakers, which normally you don't. You're normally when I'm calling for NBC, I've got myself cranked up in the headset, so I don't hear the track announcer. So now I don't really need to do that because I'll hear myself outside too. So and you kind of won with the crowd. Like if I say something exciting, when some move is made and you hear the crowd react, that really is kind of fun too.
Ray, I heard they actually called you before they called Larry to call this meet. Is there any truth to that statement?
I couldn't remember the names in a 6-horse field, much less a 14-horse field.
Oh, so you can handle the filly and mare sprint.
That's easy. Larry, it's Gamine to the front. Here comes Gamine around the turn. It's Gamine by 20.
Larry, are you getting spelled on some of the other non-Breeders' Cup races? Or are you calling everything?
I'm calling everything both days.
Okay.
So, I am getting spelled between races by John Lees. He's going to be making all the announcements. I just have to call the races. So how easy could it be?
Yeah. Well, good luck. It's going to be fun. It's going to, it's going to be a great day. The only problem here is Michelle, what happened to the weather
I don't know. All I know is that I had like all my outfits planned. I brought them down from home and they're all in my closet. And yesterday I found myself at the store trying to find something that has pants or long sleeves. Supposedly it's supposed to burn off, but this morning it was, I mean, we were fogged in. You could barely see the racetrack. It was so bad.
It's all right.
How many layers I have to wear, you know? Larry's good.
Well, I would wear 3 right now. Oh,
Larry,
where
good
else did
calling
you have
races in the
fog at?
fog. I remember that from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we've dealt with fog before. I don't mind calling in fog because you can't be wrong. No one knows. You know, you just like you make it up and you know, let people believe it. You just sell it. Yeah, look. I remember calling a race at Suffolk one time years ago, or no, it was in Monmouth, and I'm just went through the whole field, you know, exactly what the jockeys were doing, the whole shebang, and then I stopped at the end and I said, well, of course I just made that up because I can't see anything either, you know. So you just have to have a good time with it, you know, and enjoy fog. But right now, looking outside, fog is lifted. We're good.
All right, so we're getting prepared for Breeders' Cup. It does kick off today, a Friday right here at Del Mar. We have 2 days of Breeders' Cup, and then we continue on. We have 3 more weekends of racing all the way through the month of November for this fall Bing Crosby meet right here. And we are really excited to be the home of Breeders' Cup 21. I think that's unbelievably exciting. You can turn into TVG for the player show. You can also watch the feed on NBC to get to see all the action from this weekend. You'll be hearing from Larry Collmus, and if you're around, you might even see Ray Paulick. But for sure, you can go online to dmtc.com/contests and play to beat Ray for free every single day. Thanks you guys so much for joining me. Hope to see you soon, and best of luck with your wagers.
Good luck to everyone. Thanks.
Good luck. Have a great Breeders' Cup.